I had the choice to see all of these new blockbuster movies, action superhero movies, and I chose Kung Fu Panda 2.
Hello and welcome to the Oh My God Marcus Air podcast. I'm Rob with co-host John and super special guest Stag as always. In today's episode we're going to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean 4, Green Lantern, Kung Fu Panda, Transformers 3 and 13 Assassins. Anyway, let's talk about Pirates of the Caribbean 4. It's been out for ages, so let's just skip past it really because no one really cares.
I haven't seen it.
You really don't need to see it. It's not very good.
I've seen the first 3.
Well, you've seen the best one, you've seen an average one, and you've seen a bad one.
Hey,
And then you've not seen 4, which is just not good.
4's better than 2.
No, 4's better than 3. It's
I like
not
2.
the same as 2.
2 is probably my favourite.
You're an idiot.
You are an idiot.
It's my opinion.
No, yeah, it's your opinion, but it's wrong. 4 has its moments of amusement, but...
Or the beginning in London.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
What's the whole story?
Basically, well, it's been like a month since I've seen it, but... Basically, Blackbeard captures Johnny Depp,
Uh-huh.
and they go to the Fountain of the Youth.
Right.
The Spanish then turn up and fuck over the Fountain of the Youth.
Ooh.
And then Jeffrey Rush kills Blackbeard. And Johnny Depp has a whole load of miniature ships in a bowl.
Is
and that's
that
the end.
is that it now? Is this the last one?
No. Another trilogy. They're making at least another trilogy, including this one, so up to 6.
Yeah, they won't stop making them until they stop making money. And they're not going to stop making money because people are idiots.
People love Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, I was told he got paid $45 million for that film.
More than likely.
I did kind of enjoy it while I watched it, though. I mean, looking back, I can pick it to pieces completely. But when you're there, it's all right. It was for me.
It's basically an Indiana Jones film, like a bad Indiana Jones film, but with pirates over the top.
It lacked heart. I didn't really care about any of the characters. Like, everyone's a bad guy, apart from Jack, who's an anti-hero.
I just think he's not a main character.
No, he's a sidekick, isn't he? He should be a
Yeah.
sidekick.
He's comic relief, at best.
Yeah, the whole film's comic relief, isn't it? It's like Transformers 2.
No, none of that was comic relief. Jesus Christ.
He's the most popular character in it, though.
Jay's
Yeah, but just because you're the most popular character doesn't mean you should have the lead role. Like,
No, I know. I'm just saying, most of the people that watch it for him.
Also, the other thing I had a problem with Pirates of the Caribbean 4 was the action scenes.
Go on.
Physics doesn't matter in that film.
What are you
Jack
talking about?
Jack is
in
the
one of-
strongest man in the world. He pulled a tree. He bent a tree over in half while standing on the top of another tree with a piece of small rope, and then flung himself.
You're questioning the physics of a film where there's mermaids. In one
Yeah.
film, they drive off the edge of the world.
And
There's a
Kraken.
giant sea monster. There's gods. And yet you're questioning the fact that a tree gets bent over by a man.
2 was alright. I mean, it was terrible in comparison to 1, in my opinion. But the moment I realised I hated 2 was when Barbossa came down at the end. And he was like, hello.
See, Barbossa's my favourite character.
No, yeah, I like the character. Don't get me wrong. He's a great character, but he was dead. Green Lantern.
Right. I like Green Lantern as a character, but
The film.
the film was average. That's it.
The film
Was
had
average.
Yeah, it was average. The film had too much.
It also had
almost-
too little.
Are you saying it had
It's
too
weird.
little?
No, it was like it needed to be longer. There
Yeah,
were
they
some
didn't.
bits which were like too like. It didn't really explain why the baddie, what's his name, Hector Hammond.
Yeah. Well, the
Suddenly was like,
scientist.
he just was like, oh, I'm here, I'm a scientist. My dad doesn't like me. I'm gonna kill everyone.
Yeah, they rushed bits, key bits that would have made you care about characters.
Like, I like the Green Lantern as a character, but like, it was just, yeah,
Does Ryan Reynolds do a good job?
he's just being Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
Right.
Reynolds does as well as Ryan Reynolds can at
Right.
playing.
He doesn't
yeah,
make a good Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan should have been Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. Yeah, yeah,
And that's
yeah.
It's,
I do. Uh,
like I'd say the good bits were Sinestro, because Mark Strong was just badass in whatever he does.
yeah. Mark Strong is
Uh,
always badass. It's just a given at the moment.
some of the effects are really good, and other effects are really bad.
Yeah, well, it's just. I know there
Um,
had to be a lot of CGI, but there's too much. I didn't care. You know the final battle.
the one with Parallax in the sun.
Yeah. It's just
With
all
spoilers.
CGI, and I was just watching it going, I literally don't care. I if I
Well,
wanted to watch CGI all the time, I'd have just watched Toy Story 3 and cried my eyes out.
my main problem was like, Sinestro's meant to hate humans and or be all competitive with humans, and he starts off like that. And do you know about Sinestro's history at all?
No, I don't really know that much about the Green Lantern.
Basically, Sinestro is like the main baddie in Green Lantern.
Yeah, well, if they make a sequel, then
Yeah,
it was blatantly set up.
he is the main baddie. Like he starts off the mentor and then becomes evil, fear Yellow Ring. But like the only reason he turns evil is because he feels Hal Jordan's pushing him out the way, all jealous, blah blah blah. And in this one, it's like at the end he's just like, you've done pretty well. I like you, respect you. You make a good Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And I'm still gonna put the light. And did you see the bit at the end of the credits where he put the ring on anyway?
I didn't see it, but I was told about it, so that's why I didn't stick around to watch it.
It's like in this universe there was no need for him to do that because there's no villain for him to fight, and he likes everyone.
Yeah, they should have had him stay a bit of a dick, really, shouldn't they?
Yeah. Also, and this is my main problem with Green Lantern, right? Because I've never heard this name out loud. Kilowog. 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 You cannot call a character Kilowog.
Just sorry. After the fourth time you said that, it finally
Yeah.
finally clicked what you were getting at there.
Because I saw this in Birmingham. There's a large crowd of gangsters, and literally as that name was said, they went, "What?" And one of them walked out.
Yeah, you can't. Oh my! Wow.
Really?
I've seen
Is
it
that true?
written. Yeah, I've seen it written. I didn't know it's pronounced like that.
That hadn't clicked until just then. I tell you what, I did appreciate about the Green Lantern though,
What?
for the film, obviously, is the fact that they mocked how retarded the mask was, because he just looked like a mug. And I'm glad they mocked that a little bit, because otherwise I'd have just spent the entire film going, "Oh my god, I hate you so much."
But like for a blockbuster, there wasn't really any memorable moments.
No,
I
there
can't really
wasn't.
remember anything amazing like that's really stood out. It was just average all across the board.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, nothing. Yeah, it was just so meh, wasn't it?
What was I going to say? Isn't he supposed to be in his own X-Men movie sometime this year? A Deadpool movie?
I think they're going to cancel that.
It hasn't. He said he wanted to do one.
is it
I
only
think the
him?
Green
I don't know
Lantern
if
killed any
they're
hope of him
actually
starring in a big blockbuster.
doing it or not.
Wade Wilson is my favorite Marvel character.
Deadpool is a great character, and it's a shame they destroyed him to the extent that they did. Having said that,
When Wolverine?
yeah. But because in X-Men First Class they kind of just ignore what happened in Wolverine quite a lot. They're like,
But they
nah.
just ignore Wolverine.
That means it leaves the door open for them to quite easily just go, nah, and do a decent Deadpool.
Well, Marvel are doing a good job with advertising their B-list
Oh yeah, the
characters.
Avengers series is doing amazing though.
Like Iron Man, he wasn't big until that film. Thor
Yeah.
did well.
Yeah, well that Iron Man's especially helped by the fact that the first film was just amazing and so refreshing in comparison to all of the older, just crap superhero movies.
There was no, to be honest though, apart from Superman, you've had recently good Batman movies, good
Yeah,
first
but
two Spider-Man,
before good Batman
first two
movies, we had
X-Men.
terrible Batman movies.
Yeah,
Or
there
you
was
mean terribly
that was
great?
when Tim Burton took over, though, wasn't it?
No, they were good. It was
I
just
hate
it was
Is
the
that
Joel
the era?
Silverstone ones, and it was the one with Arnie in. I used to see you. That
Yeah,
one.
God,
yeah.
that was Batman and Robin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Batman
That was-
Forever was the one with Jim Carrey in it. It was my favourite one, but out of that series. But when you look back, you're still like, oh god.
Yeah,
Nice
definitely.
to see you. You gonna get Arkham Asylum, anyone?
Oh
Talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Batman?
yeah, we're both gonna get it.
Arkham
Yeah.
City.
Well, yeah.
It looks amazing. Did you see the screenshots today that were posted?
No.
The
What about
graphics
Riddler?
look. I don't remember seeing. I saw ones of. I think it was Catwoman.
You did? You haven't seen the pictures of the Riddler yet?
No, I'm going to
Look-
now. It's
Look
lucky.
pretty good.
The graphics look incredible.
Can't see his face though,
Well, then how do you know he look? Oh, God.
because you can see what he's wearing and his funky cane and stuff.
The Riddler's in Arkham Asylum, but you don't actually see him, do you? So,
Yeah, you just hear his voice.
yeah, he's like mocking you all the way through.
King of sarcasm, isn't
Yeah.
he? He's me, in other words.
Exactly. That is your perfect villain.
Why do you think I like him so much? Anyway, let's talk about Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I had the choice to see all of these new blockbuster movies, action superhero movies, and I chose Kung Fu Panda 2.
Don't laugh. It's actually good. It's actually good.
It's actually, yeah, it is actually really good. I saw it in 3D as well. Yeah,
the
that's
3D
probably
was pretty alright.
yeah. I don't actually like 3D that much, but this is the first film I've seen in 3D where I was kind of like, not too bad.
So
Yeah.
I assume you saw the first Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, I love Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, good. That makes the next question useful. Is it as good as the first one?
I don't think it's
It's different.
it's as entertaining, but it's not as good.
It's got Jean-Claude Van Damme as a crocodile.
Yeah, that's all.
And he
There are
does the
so many good
splits.
voice actors in it though.
Gary
It's had,
Oldman
like,
as the
Jackie
baddie was pretty
Chan, Van
badass.
Damme. If all the voice actors were in a film of their own, it would be the most epic film of all time.
Even Seth
No,
Rogen's
because
in
they
it.
tried something like that before.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
called
yeah.
The Expendables, and it was shit.
Making Expendables 2.
Yeah, but yeah, it's as entertaining, but it's not as good. But yeah, it's a good film.
I didn't like the sequel baiting for the ending though. There was no need for
Oh
that.
yeah. There's a third. There's going to be a third.
No, we won't say what, because this for some reason we're going to spoil Green Lantern and Pirates, but not Kung Fu Panda. Actually, we are. His dad's still alive. The panda.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why have you just spoiled it?
I can't be bothered.
Everybody
Basically,
knows this is the
he's-
spoiler cast.
Yeah, he spends the whole film basically trying to find his parents, and he figures out that they both died. But then at the end of the film, you see his dad in a valley of pandas that are still alive, and all pandas were supposed to be killed. So
Valley of Pandas.
it's a valley inhabited by pandas.
Let's talk about Transformers 3.
Who's going to go first?
Me, because I know the least.
Okay.
Okay, fine, go.
All I know is that Linkin Park made a good song for it.
No, they didn't.
Actually, they
Thanks,
didn't
John.
actually make the
Okay,
song.
moving on to people who know about the film.
Wait. Are we going to do spoilers for John, or is John going to? Yeah, John, you're going to get spoiled.
I
There's
don't
nothing
care.
to spoil about.
It's an
Yeah,
action
but-
film.
This
The
had the
mo-
most plot out of all the Transformers.
Yeah, and there's still nothing to spoil. It's mostly a
don't
battle.
care.
Okay,
You go first.
it is the best Transformers film
Aww.
so far by
That's it. It's it. There's
quite
nothing
some
more.
distance.
Right.
It still has the same problems as the second one, but not to the same extent.
what
Of
would you say
comic
the
relief
problems are?
characters. There's just like in the second one, they spend too much time on comic relief, which isn't funny. In this one, they have too many comic relief characters still, but at least what they're saying or doing is funny. So
Okay.
it actually
Well, you got-
works this time instead of
What's
last
his
time
name?
where you're
Ken,
just like,
Ken Jeong? Being Ken Jeong with glasses? He's
Yeah.
He's in it for like 2-3 minutes. He's just
He's-
being Ken Jeong, then he dies.
yeah,
He gets
It's-
pushed out. He gets pushed out a window by a bird robot.
sure does.
John Malkovich is being crazy John Malkovich, which is
Yeah,
the best John
it's just-
Malkovich.
it's a much better film compared to 2. They really saved the franchise with it.
Well, like the boss, like the battles and stuff, you actually care about them this time because you pretty much know. Instead of you in the second one, it was just like 50 random robots fighting.
Yeah.
you sort of know who the Autobots are, and then you're like, oh, like Ironhide gets full on blown away and rusted,
He gets
and there's like,
dicked on.
yeah, and then there's like an old guy robot who's like a professor,
And there's a
and
fat one.
he begs for his life, the professor, and he gets shot in the face a couple times, and he
And
dies.
Lester Spate does a voice for one of them.
The Coltrane,
Yeah.
he's actually in it.
Oh, he's in the film?
He's actually in the film. He's a soldier, and he's just the Coltrane.
Ah.
Yeah, he is.
Like, did you actually genuinely think that Bumblebee was gonna die in that one bit?
Yeah, I thought they were going to do some serious killing of the Autobots at one point. I mean, they did, quite a lot of them did die. It's kind of two films, isn't it? Because you've got the first hour-ish, which is Shia LaBeouf trying to like make something more of himself, because he's like, I'm a hero, but I'm still working in shit jobs or without a job at all. And he's like, I want more of my life. So that's like the first half of the oh, and I've got a girlfriend who's a bitch. And
No,
that's like
she's
the
not-
first
oh, yeah,
part
that's-
of the
yeah.
film. And then the second part of the film is completely different. It's just a big battle.
It's
And it's
just
great.
so like Optimus Prime in it is a badass. Like basically everyone else gets the crap kicked out of him, then Optimus Prime comes in and saves him. The only thing that can stop Optimus Prime in that film is some wires that are dangling from a building. Like he
Yeah.
takes out the giant worm thing, no trouble. He punches Shockwave's eye out, no trouble. Stuck in some wires for about 20 minutes. Gets
That
out
is
the
true.
wires, beats the crap out of Sentinel Prime, then he loses an arm, and then armless he pulls an axe out of nowhere, decapitates
Where did that axe come
Megatron.
from?
He decapitates Megatron and then just shoots Sentinel Prime twice in the face, just melts his face away.
I wanted to see Optimus try and change back into his truck form. I wanted to see what was missing.
Yeah, I was hoping for that.
You know, considering he'd lost a limb.
And what else was
What's
there?
weird about the film is you're mid-battle. Optimus and Sentinel have just started to square off. And then a minute later, it's the end of the film.
Yeah,
And you're like, what?
he gives a big speech and then it's just like, oh, you'll see what happens with Sam's parents and Sam and all that now. No.
Yeah, it just goes to the
Depends.
credits. It's like they ran out of money or something. It's really weird. Optimus starts doing this cheesy, mega cheesy speech, and then which is like half a speech, or quarter of a speech at best. And then the end credits roll, and it's like directed by Michael Bay. What?
Like, it's a C+ film, but an amazing C+ film. 3D was pretty good. But you didn't see it in 3D.
I
did
didn't
you?
see it in 3D because of my moral standpoint, as I refuse to support 3D films because too many of them are bad. And if they see that more people are watching 2D films instead of the 3D versions, then maybe they'll either stop making 3D films that are terrible, or hopefully make good 3D
Transformers.
films.
But you know it's going to die soon.
Yeah,
It will die out eventually, like it always has.
I'll give it a good couple more years though before everyone eventually. It's just so expensive for a product
Yeah.
that isn't any better most of the time.
Yeah. Well, no films really utilize it enough, do they? So, like, use it to actually aid the film.
Are we done? Because I can't think of anything else to talk about.